What's up guys? Today's video we are eating chili menu items that I have never tried before. I think most of us can agree Chili's is absolutely delicious, and they actually have a huge menu, a lot of items that I have never tried before, so I feel like I really need to get on the ball and start trying more of their items. I have always wanted to try their bone-in wings, so I ended up ordering their triple dipper. I got the bone-in house barbecue wings as well as the bone-in honey chipotle wings, and then of course I had to get their mozzarella, so I got some of the honey chipotle mozzarella this time. I've tried their regular fried mozz as well as the Nashville hot. Of course, I love the Nashville hot. That one is so delicious, but I've never tried the honey chipotle one, so I've been really wanting to try that as well. And then I also got their brisket quesadillas. I love me some brisket tacos. They are so flavorful and juicy, so when I saw that Chili's had these brisket quesadillas, I figured I would give them a try. And then I also got their southwestern queso, which comes with chips, of course, to dip in the queso, and they also give you some salsa. I love their salsa and chips, so I was really curious to try the southwestern queso, which I think is actually new as well. But we did secure our Chili's order, and we have the biggest Chili's bag ever. I don't think I've ever had a to-go bag this big from Chili's before. We got so much food. Okay, so here is our ginormous bag of chips. They always give so many. Love that for us. And then this, I believe, is our triple dipper. Yes it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, honey chipotle mozzarella. I was not expecting that. Look how saucy it is. It is glistening. Wow. Okay, the wings look fantastic. How have I never tried Chili's wings before? I don't know, but they are massive. I don't even think the camera is doing these wings justice. Can you tell how big they are? I'm not sure. Those look amazing. Okay, and then we have the brisket. These also look delicious. Wow. Do you guys see the brisket in there? Okay, I'm gonna hold off on the quesadillas because I have got to dive into these wings and the fried mozz first. Oh, we also got our, shoot, good thing I wore black today. We also got the southwestern queso, and the salsa is in the bag too. Let me show that to you guys. There we go. So we'll also try this after. Okay, first thing we gotta try is the honey chipotle mozzarella. Wow, that is quite literally a brick, and it is heavy. Okay, I am speechless. Wow, so much cheese. Okay, safe to say I am definitely going to need my wet wipes. Okay, I will be honest, I do prefer the Nashville hot, but these are still spectacular. If you are a sweet gal or a sweet mans, you will love these because the honey chipotle flavor is delicious. That initial cheese pull is just my favorite. Like, I live for that. Let me go get my wet wipes. One sec. Okay, we need a wet wipe sponsor. I feel like because their products are so cheap, they probably definitely don't need a sponsor. But we be repping wet wipes on this channel. Let's try these wings. I believe this is the, I almost want to say this is the house barbecue, just because the honey chipotle wings look like the same color as the honey chipotle, and they're also honey chipotle. Let's just try it though. Okay, these might be honey chipotle. Those are some really good wings. Wow. Okay, now I almost wish I would have got the buffalo wings. Okay, I mean, for a restaurant that doesn't necessarily specialize in wings, those are pretty tasty. Okay, these are the other wings, which granted they do look like barbecue. I just thought because they were the same color as the fried mozz, maybe they were the same flavor, but pretty sure this is barbecue. Okay, yeah, I definitely prefer these. Wow, so much ranch. Dripping everywhere. All you guys can see are these dirty napkins. That's cute. Okay, so these wings, I gotta say, these are really delicious. They remind me of the wings from my favorite sports bar throughout college and after I graduated that I would always go to with my friends. I don't really go as much anymore just because it's in Greensboro and we don't live in Greensboro anymore, but Gabe also really likes it too. And actually his brother's girlfriend works there. But yeah, they have really good wings, and these remind me of those, which is saying a lot because that place, I would say their specialty more so is wings and bar food and, you know, like, well, like sports bar food, that sort of thing. Whereas Chili's has such a big menu, it's hard for them to specialize in one thing in particular. So I would say pretty solid on the wings. Okay, I'm gonna close this up for now. We will probably dive back into it, but I really want to try these brisket quesadillas. Okay, I had to restart the camera, turn on the AC. We're good to go. Now it's time to try these brisket quesadillas. You know what we really need in a car? Okay, think in the future when cars are way more innovative and high tech. Obviously they already are, but I'm talking like, think beyond what is possible with cars right now. Really, some really innovative stuff. We need a car that can literally just pop up a table and expand, and then you can use that table to eat off of, put your laptop on. Like, you would think, oh, Daisy, you're just saying this because you eat in your car. But no, I feel like a lot of people would find use out of this. Use it as a table, as a desk, whatever the case may be. And then when you're done with it, you just push a button and the table collapses on itself and then goes back into its designated position. I feel like we need that. If a car had that, oh, I would get that car right away, no questions asked. We need that. We really do. Okay, these do not disappoint. These are as delicious as I thought they would be. We do have some pico, so I guess I should just kind of put that on top. We also got some sour cream, which actually I think I will use, because I would say my only complaint with these quesadillas, they have that house barbecue on them, which is good. It just makes them a little bit sweeter than I would want them to. For me, when I eat brisket tacos or brisket anything, I like a more savory, salty barbecue on it. I guess some people prefer a sweeter brisket. I just like a brisket that is a little bit more on the saltier side. Okay, dipping it in the sour cream and the ranch. That's what you gotta do. Oh, yum. Here I am wishing things were saltier, when in reality, everything is quite salty. Like, I need some water. I know I only ate 2 quesadillas, but I am gonna put these back up for now as well, because I really want to try the chips and queso. These chips and queso and the fried mozz, probably what I was most excited for. Also, as usual, I have another show recommendation for y'all, and this one is so good. Gabe and I finished the first 2 episodes last night, and I've been dying to watch it again all day. It's called The Burbs. It's on Peacock. It's got Keke Palmer in it, who I love. She is seriously such a talented actress because of how natural she is. Her mannerisms I just love so much, and she plays a lawyer in the show. It's not about anything to do with law, so it's actually a comedy mystery. It's described as a comedy drama, but I would say it's more of a mystery type show. I wouldn't say it's super relevant to the show. They just let you know that her character is a lawyer, and you can tell because she does a lot of probing and digging, which shows her lawyer side. But basically, her and her husband moved to the suburbs because his parents gave them a house, and she's like getting to know all of her neighbors. But the mystery part that comes in is there's this really old Victorian house across the street from theirs that was vacant, and she finds out that supposedly a murder took place there, but then her husband's saying it wasn't a murder, but it's like neighborhood gossip that there was a murder in that house. But then the house ends up going up for sale, and someone moves into it right after they moved into their house, so then she's like getting to know the neighbor. See, this is why I never describe shows, because I do a bad job at it and I just end up yapping and not eating my food. Let's take a bite of the chips and queso. Ooh, this is really good. It's a very chunky queso. If you guys have ever had Rotel dip, it almost has that same consistency. Their chips are so bomb. How to pop open the salsa, and then I feel like what would be really good is if we dip in the salsa first and then we dip in the queso. Eat that together. Oh yeah. Anytime we get queso at the Mexican restaurant, I love mixing the salsa with the queso. Okay, not gonna lie, I almost prefer the salsa over the queso. Only because the salsa is so refreshing. Okay, wow. Salsa, 10 out of 10. I would say the queso is maybe an 8 out of 10. It's not my favorite type of queso. It's still good though. Okay, we're gonna break this back out. I feel like I've barely touched these wings. They are just messy, messy. So scrumptious though. It's crazy I'm eating these more so without ranch. I honestly don't think they need the ranch. Probably because they're so saucy. Very saucy and flavorful. I do kind of want to finish this mozzarella stick. I just feel like I'm gonna need to take some laxatives. For sure that. I saw this post on Instagram of this girl who got the fried mozz. It was literally empty. It was just the breading. There was no cheese inside, and everyone was like, what the heck happened? I think Chili's actually ended up commenting on her post, but I saw some people were saying that that happens when they're overcooked and then all of the cheese just comes out of the breading. So they probably have to be cooked just right to get that really delicious cheese pull, but also not cooked long enough to where all the cheese comes out. It's a very delicate item. All right, let's eat another one of the honey chipotle wings. These are just so sweet. I need to like tilt back or something. Their ranch is so liquidy. That's why it's dripping all over the place. I really want to try that wing I really want to try that wing trick where they like squeeze it in a little bit and then they pull the two bones out and then you just have the meat. I've seen so many people do that on social media, but it's always with a non-saucy wing, and I feel like they would also have to be fresh to do that. These are a little bit more colder now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little full, but I'm going to eat a few more chips with the salsa because these things are just so dang good. Also, did you guys watch the Super Bowl? Let me know. Honestly, the most interesting part was definitely the halftime show. Honestly, I thought the game was really boring, and I usually enjoy the Super Bowl. There's a lot of different teams that I enjoy watching, not necessarily ones that I root for throughout the season, but I like to see them in the Super Bowl, whereas the Seahawks and the Patriots I really don't care too much about. I was rooting for the Seahawks, but either way, it just wasn't the most interesting game. The halftime show was super fun though. Unfortunately, I still need to watch the commercials. I need to go onto YouTube and type in 2026 like best Super Bowl commercials, because Gabe and I went over to my friend's house to watch it, which technically it was at her parents' house because her parents have this pool house that's connected to their pool. It's heated and all of that, which is good because it was absolutely freezing. But yeah, they have a table in there and they had cooked a bunch of food and they have drinks and all of that. So we ended up watching the Super Bowl there. The only bad thing is it's a little bit hard to see the TV because they have these strip lights and it kind of causes a glare. And then there was so many people there that it's hard to pay attention to the commercials, so I want to go back and rewatch them because I love the commercials too. Also, I think Steph Pappas was in a Super Bowl commercial. I knew that she was in a Chipotle commercial, I just didn't know when it was gonna air, but then I saw on her Instagram story she said it was gonna be airing after halftime. That is awesome that not only was she in a Chipotle commercial, but it was literally one of the Super Bowl commercials. That is so cool. But yeah, I really want to see the commercial. So I'm hoping I can find it on YouTube. Wow, I could sit here and eat these chips all day. These are definitely, dare I say, 10 out of 10. Okay guys, well I'm going to finish off this video here. Honestly, very solid. Everything was delicious. I don't know if I rated everything. The wings, I'm gonna say were a solid 9 out of 10. Really, really good. The brisket quesadillas, I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. I liked those. I just think if I were to get them again, I feel like you have to have the barbecue sauce though. I don't know, they're just a little bit too sweet for me, but I do like them. And then the honey chipotle fried mozz, again, I prefer the Nashville hot, but I still enjoyed those, so I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 on those. I think the only 10 out of 10 was the chips and salsa. The queso, I don't think the queso was worth the money. It's just my opinion, but I love you guys so much. Thank you all for watching. Please drop a thumbs up down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.